Death of Diana, Princess of Wales conspiracy theories. Active in disputing the official version of events was the British tabloid newspaper, the Daily Express. The findings were also disputed by Egyptian businessman Mohammed Al-Fayed, whose son, Dodi, was Diana's partner at the time and also died in the crash. These allegations are covered in Chapter 4 of the Operation Paget Criminal Investigation Report. Another allegation concerns the reliability of blood tests carried out, which indicated Paul had been drinking before he took the controls of the car. The French investigators' conclusion that Paul was drunk was made on the basis of an analysis of blood samples. Henri Paul's blood samples were said to contain an alcohol level that, according to Jay's September 1997 report, was 3 times the French legal limit. One of the main motives which has been advanced for alleged murder includes suggestions Diana was pregnant with Mohammed Al-Fayed's child and the couple were about to get engaged. Al-Fayed first claimed that the Princess of Wales was pregnant at the time of her death to the Daily Express in May 2001. Operation Paget commented that an announcement of such magnitude from the Princess of Wales would have been a substantial media event of worldwide interest and would have required significant preparation. In an effort to examine the assertions made by Al-Fayed, Operation Paget had scientific tests carried out on Princess Diana's pre-transfusion blood found in the footwell of the wrecked Mercedes. Al-Fayed's persistence in asserting Diana was pregnant led him to get members of his staff to tell the media that on their final day together, Diana and his son had visited a villa he owned in Paris to choose a room for the baby. He provided stills from CCTV to prove this and said he had been in the presence of Diana and Dodi for the entirety of their visit, with there having been no conversation about them coming to live at the villa. The absence of CCTV images showing the Mercedes' journey from the hotel to the crash site has been frequently cited as evidence of an organized conspiracy. The subject of the CCTV cameras is dealt with in Chapter 5 of the Operation Paget report. Mohammed Al-Fayed alleged in his July 2005 statement to Operation Paget, and at other times, that a white Fiat Uno was being used by MI6 as a means of causing the Mercedes to swerve and thereby crash into the side of the tunnel. French police had examined photographer James Andanson's car as part of their effort to trace the one that had come into contact with the Mercedes with a view to prosecuting the driver for failing to render assistance. Operation Paget found that a white Fiat Uno owned by photographer James Andanson was in an unroadworthy condition, being 9 years old at the time, with 325,000 kilometers on the odometer and had not been maintained for several years prior. Andanson had been interviewed by French police in February 1998, and had been able to provide documentary evidence about his movements on the previous 30 and the 31st of August which had satisfied them that he could not have been the driver of the Fiat Uno involved. The French police spent a year after the crash searching for the vehicle and eliminated over 4,000 white Fiat Unos from their inquiry. The Paget report states that when the car was finally found, Andanson's body was in the driver's seat of the car, and his head was detached and lay between the front seats. Operation Paget found no evidence Andanson was known to any security service and, contrary to Al-Fayed's claims, his death was thoroughly investigated by French police. It has been reported by numerous publications that the white Fiat Uno belonged to Levan Tharn, who was a 22-year-old taxi driver at the time of the crash. Tharn owned a white Fiat Uno identical to the one that struck the Princess of Wales Mercedes. An alternative explanation for the cause of the crash has been reports of a bright white flash just before the car entered the tunnel, blinding the driver. In any event, the detailed crash reconstruction revealed that the chain of events that led to the car unavoidably colliding with the pillar started well before it was at the mouth of the tunnel where the flash is alleged to have occurred. It would have likely blinded not only Paul, but also the driver of the white Fiat Uno, the pursuing paparazzi and witnesses standing at the roadside. Analysis of the wreckage of the car by a forensic accident investigator from the Transport Research Laboratory on behalf of Operation Paget found that all the seat belts were in good working order except for the right rear one, which was attached to the seat Diana occupied. Mohammed Al-Fayed alleged that Diana's body was deliberately embalmed shortly after her death to ensure that any pregnancy test at the post-mortem would produce a false result. Diana's two sisters and Prince Charles were scheduled to view the body later that afternoon before bringing it back to the United Kingdom. This meant there was very little time to prepare the body for viewing, and it was deemed unacceptable to present Diana's body to her family and the President of France in the state it was in. The Murder of Princess Diana is a best-selling 2004 book by British journalist Noel Botham, which disputes the official version of events and suggests an orchestrated conspiracy. Unlawful Killing, a British documentary film about the deaths of Diana and Dodi, was shown May 2011 in Cannes, while the 2011 Cannes Film Festival was in progress. Please subscribe to this channel for more content like this video. Also please hit the bell icon to be notified of new videos on the channel.